one.
But I just don't know because like the last one was like right
No,
away.
that's really a disadvantage to people with little arms.
You beat me. You're fast. I was like,
They're
ah.
still totally on board with the plan, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think they have any idea.
No, not at all.
And they just walk into rooms assuming that it's Kiefer. They don't even ask for it. Latoya pitched to you. Has anybody pitched to you? The pitch was like, dude, that's for your game. I respect it. And that was it.
That's what
all she said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like, do whatever you want. You know, I'll
then
respect
Kiefer
whatever your
just thinks
decision
he's
is.
going.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just thinks he's done.
The rest of them haven't, nothing. They just assume.
No, I know.
They're just saying, like,
Right.
oh yeah, it's so sad that Kiefer's gonna leave. I'm like, you haven't even asked for my opinion. You don't dictate what goes on
think
here.
they're going to be like super blindsided.
Yeah.
I think so too.
The good thing is it's something that we need to all get on board with, and maybe you tell Tina this. I don't know if she came to you, but Beth came to us and Vic and was like, it would be a resume move for Vic to backdoor Latoya.
I heard that.
So we all, if we're all on board with that, and the boys come talking to us, just be like, Beth literally told everyone.
Yeah. I mean, like, you guys are really close.
And
We
big.
thought that came.
Yeah.
Yeah, and make it was like a
I feel like they've done enough, too, to be like, Kiefer's laid low this entire time.
Mhm.
The fact that Latoya has campaigned to no one, some of the comments she made yesterday.
Oh, you heard them. I didn't know if anyone could hear them.
chills. Gave me chills, made me want to vomit.
It's just, I don't understand. First of all,
Yeah.
rude to say anytime.
Oh, 100%.
She said it in this morning.
Second, no.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Same.
She made
Like, even if,
multiple
like, you're being
comments.
silly and you're making a joke, you have no idea, like, because I think you
exactly.
look fabulous, but
Mhm.
who knows if you've got something where, like,
Well,
you
exactly.
actually feel
I'm like-
insecure about
I
it.
was saying I've lost like a lot of weight in my life, so
Oh,
stuff
have
like
you?
that. Yeah, stuff like that triggers me so badly. When I hear it, it literally makes my skin crawl.
That was me when Jed called me a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, I've literally.
Do you know
like,
what I mean? Like, you don't
Yeah.
know how it's going to.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I don't understand why they keep doing it.
Me
He's
don't
like,
know
even in the
either.
HOH, when Jed's sitting there, he's like, what would you rather be, like, 4'11" or, like, 6'7"? I'm like,
I
so
know.
you're asking everybody
Yeah.
in front of my face if they would be okay being
Agreed.
my size, like 1
Literally.
inch off of my size,
Literally. I
because I'm
agree.
5 foot.
Yep.
Like, if that's okay to them. That's
Yes,
like, we're
and then I
a
have
person.
to have listen to everybody say 6'7", 6'7", 6'7".
And I was like 4'11".
Me,
Yeah.
literally, I was like, I like to be tiny.
yeah. But you know what I mean? I'm just like,
Yeah, no, there's like a big disconnect.
it's not okay to say in regular life, and I definitely don't think it's okay to say things like this in this game.
And in
Yeah.
front of the entire house.
No.
It was just really the Kiefer thing for me that really like, and the one too.
That he couldn't fit in the
Yeah, she's like, even gonna be able to fit in that.
Well, the one with Vic, her face literally dropped because
Yeah, I felt so bad. I
Yes.
felt so.
I
bad
literally looked
for
at her immediately and I was like,
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's giving reasons. And
Yeah.
Jed's speech too, like
Rude.
making it super like as long as your target stays the same, basically saying to the entire house like,
Yeah,
vote out Kiefer.
or else keep this power trio in the house.
Yeah.
or else, yeah.
I feel like they've done enough. Where I'm like, I don't actually even have to give you guys a reason. Running into Vic's room, like 2-on-1 and then 4-on-1. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but what kind of response do you want from us?
After
Literally.
Latoya was pitching that the reason she went into the pantry was to stand up for Kiefer, it's like, now you're doing the exact same thing to Victoria.
Yeah.
What is the plan here? And not one of them has come and talked to me game-wise at all.
No, they haven't at all.
I'm shocked that not like one of them has been like, hey, so like, what do you think? Like,
The only thing that Latoya said to us was like that she's not going to campaign.
Mhm.
She's like, I'm not going to campaign against Kiefer. And I literally said to her, I'm like, but you can still campaign for yourself.
yeah, you
Because
don't,
if
you
I
don't
was
have to
in
throw
a
him under the
position,
bus.
like,
Yeah.
if obviously like Sammy and Tina are on the block
Yeah, you're not gonna be like,
together.
Tina's a piece of shit. Like,
Yeah, or
obviously
like even
not.
you guys, like people that I genuinely care about,
Yeah.
like I'm not going to run you into the mud, but I will campaign for
Yeah, and
myself.
be like, this is why I need to stay.
Yeah, like here's a benefit if you see it for yourself, like
Exactly.
keeping me.
Exactly.
I feel
just-
like they're giving, like if they're all shocked and shaken, I'll be like, well, what did you expect
Literally.
was gonna happen?
That's what I'm saying.
What did you expect was gonna
Come
happen?
on.
And also, how stupid would we be to leave her here after you made it blatantly
That
obvious?
you think she's like one of your strongest players.
Literally.
We would literally be moronic.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like-
Like, people
I,
would
don't, I
laugh at us.
honestly
now.
don't even think that they can get mad.
I don't think they can either.
No.
And
I
like,
think they'll be mad that they weren't in the know, but we can't tell you. You guys would freak out.
exactly all week.
Me and Tina were even, because I love Latoya as a
Same.
person.
Me
Same,
too.
same.
Me too.
And it was almost like, oh, like,
Do we just tell
should we
her?
just like right before, just give her a heads up, like, man, you're going? And it's like, honestly, we can't. Because
Yeah.
last time when the flip happened and we were supposed to get ready to vote,
Mhm.
she went, and they're like, 20 more, you have 20 more minutes.
Exactly. You never. Exactly. You can't.
You can't.
Because that will literally happen. They'll be like, house guys, come sit down. Actually,
Yeah, and
You
then
guys
it's
can
going to
have
be an
another
absolute
hour.
shitstorm. Or
We were talking too, and we're like, we know that we're scared of like what happens if one of them win. We know that we're afraid of those options.
I
but
can't even tell where they would go.
But at the same time, like this is a game where like big moves are respected.
Period.
If you're gonna play, play hard.
Yeah, well,
That's what I think too.
it sounds bad to say, but if one of them wins, and you kind of be like, oh, Beth said.
Oh,
That's what I'm
100%.
saying. That's
what
why
we're
we're
saying.
all on the same
That's what we're saying.
page.
Get on the same page with that.
Yeah.
Just like Beth
Like,
literally
Beth is the
told
one that put it in
everyone.
everyone's ear.
Yeah.
Like, make a big resume move, get Latoya out.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if she's insecure about the fact that like the four of you are kind of together and Latoya was more in, but that's what.
I honestly don't think they see that any of us are close.
No, I don't think so.
Not at all. Did I tell you what Jed said to me about what Vic was saying about Kiefer?
What?
We were there, there was a bunch of them in the Expedia. It was like me and Tina, and it was almost like they were trying to like get us on board, but just assuming that we're on
Yeah.
board because he's literally going like, we have the votes right
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
and I'm like, you know, it's like
Crazy.
just like one of those being like,
Yeah.
I never told you that I would give you the vote.
But okay, sure, yeah.
And he's like, and you know, like, because Vic did tell us about Kiefer, like, she's really gunning for him because he talks about his kids, and he's older, and she wants a really young house.
And you're like, so what am I then?
Well, and I'm like, I know that you're doing that, so that now I am thinking I have to go after
Yeah,
Vic, but I'm
exactly.
like, did you see her HOH letter? It was 2 pages about her nephew. Like,
Literally.
do you think that I'm buying that?
That's what I'm saying.
That Vic is going to get rid of somebody because they talk about their
Their kids.
kids.
Literally.
Beth tried to tell Breydon that Vic was jealous of
Yeah,
him.
she's like, just so you know, Vic is so jealous of you that you got picked to be a off slop this week. Like, she wants to be Canada's favorite house gas, and like,
She's
when you
HOH,
keep
she wasn't
winning
even
things.
on slop. It doesn't even make sense.
Literally what Vic said. Vic said I wasn't even on slop, so how would I even have been able to be voted?
Yeah, I do think Beth's a good liar, though.
Oh, she is. And she told Victoria that she thinks that she wants to get all the big players to stay in this game, and that me and Austin have been floating around too much.
Fine, let us vote.
And
I won
so,
HOH last week.
Yeah,
I'm like, how's she
yeah.
a floater?
that's true. Yeah.
So I was
fair.
like, what?
Like, what the fuck?
It's honestly good, though, if they think that we're super weak.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So I was like, what? But I was like, you lasted longer than all the guys.
Yeah.
In that last, like, that's why I'm
Do
like,
you
what?
think the guys have been throwing things?
That's what I've been wondering, but I don't think so, because
No.
Jed was like, I'm like last week, or the Arch
And
Rebels
you
one.
came down to the final 3 on all of them.
That's why I was
You
like, what?
almost won all of them.
That's why I was like, what? Oh yeah, no, I know the Arch Rebels one. Like Jed was like, it's mine. Like I'm winning it, guys. Just so you know, like I'm winning it.
Okay, so
And I was
'cause
like,
for
oh.
a minute, I'm like, are they just so comfortable that they're
That's
like,
what I said at first
'cause they
too.
don't
I was like, are they just
understand.
fucking throwing it each time? That's what I thought at first. But then Jed was like, oh, I did archery, guys. Like I'm gonna win for us. Like I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, sure, take it home then.
I just pray one of us wins, and then
I'm trying to speak into existence.
What do you think Kiefer would do? That's what we were trying to think. Like if
Okay.
Kiefer wins,
Kiefer is a wild card, but when he sees that the vote is 6-3,
That's what we were
And we
saying.
saved him?
come on.
Who's targeting you?
Yes, like to me that seems like an obvious choice.
that's what I would think too. But he's been hanging
Not
out
to
with them all
mention-
week.
Not to mention they were, because they talk to him like they're like sword bro.
Yeah, I
sword
guess that's
bro.
true.
They're treating him like he's like a sacrificial lamb.
Right. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's
I
the only
would
thing
be
that
s- I
we
would
worry
be
about.
Surprised, like I would be shocked if Kiefer won, and didn't was like, wow, none of you voted for me. You made it very clear that you didn't want me here. You made it very clear that I'm weak. That's what I would do in his position.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like that's the most reasonable thing, but I just don't know.
Yeah,
Like he'd be like, you three literally voted me out last week.
yeah. And
I'm
like
gonna put two of you
campaigned hard for me to go home.
Made
This
it
is what
very
I don't
clear in front of
understand, though.
everyone.
People are like campaigning for other people.
Makes
Yeah,
no
it's
sense.
very weird to
Makes
me.
no sense.
No, because they literally think we're all just chess pieces.
Right? We're like, okay, yeah.
We're all
okay.
just like little pieces on the board.
They think it's
that are
their
like, oh, we're
house.
gonna like use them for this.
Oh yeah, it's very the Jed, Ty, and Latoya show. Like that's what it is.
I'm like, you know, we've seen the show, right?
That's why I feel like people don't understand. I'm like, do you not realize that like we've watched, like we
Yeah.
know what's gonna happen?
And it's so funny too, because it's like, I'm not even like gunning for them because they're like, they look like comp.
Exactly.
Or physicals. I'm literally like, your game is sloppy. I don't know who is.
Thank
I don't know
you.
who is running your ship, but it is sinking fast and
Yes.
you're making it really easy.
Yes.
And they keep making it worse and worse and worse and worse.
Like, come on. You're worried about Vic putting Ty up on the block, so you think that it's best to come in with 2 guys and then
Literally.
4 guys. And literally, all you had to do was send in Ty by himself.
Literally, just let Ty talk to her.
Look at Ty. You can't stay mad at that guy.
Yeah.
Literally.
How are you not
And
just...
that's what Vic had said.
how
She was
are you
like, I
not
hope
just-
Ty doesn't come in alone. Because she's like, I won't be able to like look him in the eyes and like tell him putting him up.
Of course not.
And then they all just went in there.
No,
And
and then she
then-
probably would have put up Beth.
Exactly.
And then
They
Latoya was
probably
like,
could have saved Latoya.
and Latoya
Right?
was
But
being
you don't.
mean to Vic in
So I
there.
don't feel bad that she's going home.
Exactly.
And Latoya was being mean to Vic in the
Yeah.
room,
Yeah.
cutting her off. And
I
then
love Latoya, but she's kind of just... She's got a different personality.
she, yeah, she has a,
I love her, but there are
Oh,
a
of
couple
course.
comments where I'm just like...
Right? You're like, oh, okay.
harsh. It's a little harsh.
Okay.
Like, were you there in the kitchen? Kiefer's like getting ready to make like chicken for everyone or something. She never cooks or cleans or does anything.
No.
Mhm.
And she just like walks in and she sits down and she's like, but you're gonna clean the chicken, right? Like she's like, you rinse it, you put vinegar, and you rinse it again. And Kiefer's just like,
What?
I'm like,
Yeah, I'll
it
do
is the
it.
Big Brother kind of, I don't even think we have vinegar here.
Even
And you're
yesterday,
gonna drain the chicken and like
Yeah.
this sink that everybody's putting their dishes in. Like I don't think. Do you?
Yeah.
You don't even eat meat.
even
It was just a
yesterday,
weird demand for
Mhm. Yeah.
somebody who is making you dinner.
yeah. And even yesterday when we won the pizza party, she's like, well, Kiefer was supposed to make everyone pork chops, but I don't know what he's going to do now. She's like, he's going to enjoy the pizza that he just won because he sat in a tub of ice cream that you didn't think he was going to fit in.
Like,
It's true though.
Make
It's
something
true.
yourself. Have a fucking bagel.
It's true.
yeah.
That's why I honestly don't. I feel terrible saying her name, but I'm kind of like you're digging a grave.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to keep in mind.
Well, yeah, and like, what are we just supposed to assume that you really want to be here? We're supposed to assume that maybe you could offer something for our game.
That's my thing. Like, literally, the only thing she ever said to me was like, I'm not going to campaign against Kiefer. You know how I am. I keep it 100, and I'm not coming after you.
Period.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's what she said to me. She was like, I'm not campaigning against Kiefer. You know who my target is. That's all I'm saying.
Literally.
But didn't tell me who her target was.
And I was like,
It's
oh,
Kyle and Ron.
Yeah, I would assume that, but
But
it
it
could,
could
but it
be.
could also be Vic.
Yeah.
literally,
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much game she talks to you guys.
None.
none.
Zero.
So like, how do
Literally
how do
none.
you think that I know exactly who?
That's what I'm saying. Or
your
why I should
target is?
just believe you.
Yeah.
Like, you literally don't talk to me at all.
And then just look at them like, okay, one person, let's just tell them exactly what they need to do to help our game and move on to the next.
Yeah, except they don't really say anything.
No.
And I genuinely don't think that Jed has any idea.
No.
No, he
I like
doesn't.
randomly was like walked into the Expedia room and it was just him and I'm like, oh, you can't just walk out.
Always.
You know, like I don't want to be an asshole. I don't think he's like a terrible person.
No, and that's what we were saying too.
I
Like,
actually feel like if you split up that trio, split up the boys, like one of them could be they're
Mhm.
just not good together.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who wants to like,
Mhm.
especially when you're like so comp beast mode looking? Like,
Literally, yeah.
I'm sorry, but
No, it's true.
Yeah.
come on,
Like, they're a
guys.
dynamic duo. That's what they are.
Yeah. Do you think that we're gonna want to keep both of you?
Right? And then even Beth, like, the other day was like, were you in that room? And she's like, oh, isn't it crazy that, you know, Jed and Ty knew each other before they entered the house?
No, she said that.
Yeah,
And she's
they
like, yeah,
played
they used to play
basketball
basketball together for years.
That's another thing we can bring up. Big. Also, do you know that Beth told people that you guys know each other?
Cause I was, and literally me and like Victoria were like, oh, I didn't know that. She's like, yeah, isn't that crazy?
They're so bad.
That's why I was like what?
And I'm sorry, I don't want to work with people like that.
No.
Honestly,
Sloppy.
I'm watching you guys. I'm like, they don't say shit. They don't get in the drama. That's a type of game. Because I know that you guys are obviously talking to each other.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
You guys aren't mutes.
No.
You know, it's not
I
like you're
just-
like walking around the house like being like, I don't even know why I'm here.
Literally.
I love that they think that
Yeah.
we're stupid.
Yeah.
Literally,
Like,
the
they
fact
really
that
do.
Beth, the second I left the pantry before the vote, told Breydon vote with us and thought that he wouldn't tell me that. You think we're stupid? Like, you think we're dumb?
Who do you think should go first, though? Like, how would we put that?
That's what I've been trying to, that's what we've been
I'm
talking
trying
about.
to think maybe like
I feel if you did the boys, you'd literally have to put them both up.
You have to.
absolutely, absolutely.
Because
They have
I
to.
said like one and Beth, and then she was like, okay, but what happens
No.
if literally Jed wins?
It's either both boys go up
Mm.
or Beth and a pawn from our side. Which we would have the numbers, but I don't like using pawns if you don't
No.
have to.
Exactly.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
I
Like, I
agree.
just don't think it's.
I think
I
it's,
think we put
it
it.
could be like good, like smoke screen, but they're gonna know that
yeah,
we're.
that's what I'm saying. At
They're
that
we're
point,
drawing
doing
a
it
line.
anyway.
It's gonna be 6-3. It's
Yeah.
a line. The boys.
The only thing that would suck was like if you're gonna take a shot at the boys, and like one comes, like you can't put both boys up, and then say Beth goes up. You cannot vote out Beth. Like it has to
Yeah.
be one of the boys.
Exactly.
Absolutely, I agree.
And that would have to be like something that we're like, we're
We all
all
talk
on
about,
board.
yeah.
It doesn't even matter which one stays or which one goes.
Yeah.
But if we're going to take a shot at the boys,
It has to be one of the boys, yeah.
one has to go.
Yeah,
Regardless.
absolutely.
And then, like, in the crazy chance, like, if Beth wins and takes one off, we would have to use one of our own as a pawn
Yep.
in that situation.
Yeah.
Fair.
But with the one, like, because it would be crazy if Beth went home and you put up both boys.
Oh, yeah.
You need to separate them
You need
so
to.
that it's like
You need
they're
to.
kind of flustered and then they have nowhere to go.
Well, and then Beth, you know, is obviously like, going to start just trying to get with anyone.
Oh yeah, she's
Do you know
a
what I
good
mean?
liar, dude.
Oh, haven't you noticed
She
she's
told me
literally
a lie
every
the other
room?
day, like to like where I knew 1000% that it was false. Like with that little
Oh.
flip,
Mm.
I knew that it was like brought to her. Because the thing with that whole flip, Josh brought it to a certain number of people first.
Mhm.
He's like, these are the only people that I'm going to pitch to.
Exactly.
I was in this. He's like, these are the only people that I'm going to pitch with. You decide what you want. I'm not talking to anybody else.
Mhm.
So the people that he pitched to, we were like, he had some valid points because this was when we were in teams where it would be like, it's an easy name to say. You have to consider
Of course,
everybody.
you have to.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So this little collective group, it was like, okay, we're going to decide and then we'll go from there. And then the next thing I knew, all these other people were dragged into it before anybody had even made a decision.
And you're like, oh.
I knew that Beth was one of them and that Beth wanted to hide her vote so that you wouldn't get pissed. And I was like, I don't even know why she knows about this yet. We haven't even said we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And literally, what was it, 2 days ago? We were sitting in the Expedia, and I just wanted to see, because I knew this for a fact. This was the day before the flip. Like, this was like, this was the reason why I was like, no, I'm not even looking
Yeah.
at it anymore, because it's weird.
Exactly.
Like, you guys just made it fucking weird. I want nothing to do with it. And we were in Expedia, and I was like, yeah. Because she's like, oh, we haven't really talked game. And I was like, honestly, like, that last thing, I'm like, it was so weird. I couldn't tell who was lying, and like, the flipping votes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't understand why you were like going to the other side. And she's like, what? Me? I'm just hearing about this today. Like, she literally like right bold-faced in my face, and I was like,
What do you mean you're saying about it today?
I'm like, no, girl, I know you said it. Like, I know
Yeah.
1000% you said it. Like, I
I'm
know
saying, do they
Latoya
really
brought
think
it
you're
to the boys, I
stupid?
brought it to you. Like,
I was like, do you really think I'm
but
that
the
dumb?
way she said the lie, if I didn't know for sure, I would have believed her.
Right? You're like, oh.
Like, she's a good liar. Whereas, like,
Yeah, she plays the game very hard.
All she does is just go into rooms, float in, try to get info, float
I'm
out.
saying, every 20 seconds, have you not noticed? She's like, I'm going to get my water bottle. And then she's in the HOH room. And I'm like, oh. Or she's like, I'm going to run to the bathroom. And then she's at the hot tub.
It's exhausting.
I'm like, what?
It's exhausting. She's
I
shady.
hate to say it, but I feel like Ty has to go first.
I think
Yeah.
so too, because Ty breaks up Ty and Beth and Ty and Jeff.
Mm-hmm. She's like the one in between.
And he's so likable. I can't stay mad at him.
No, it's true though.
Everybody loves him.
He does, like, he can very much so, like, work his magic on you.
Oh my god.
Right? And you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
maybe I don't want you to go.
But, oh, I thought they were going to tell you to put on your gloves.
They already yelled at me about my mic. I was like, ah!
But whatever, as long as we're on the same page,
Absolutely.
somebody wins.
Absolutely.
And a perfect scenario, I'm hoping that it comes down to like one of us together and I can like cut you a deal.
Literally.
Oh, yeah. I'd be like,
So,
are we
I can,
good, you
do you know
guys?
what I mean? I can be like, come on, I want to see my kids.
Yeah, and I'll be like, I already had a girl, it's fine.
Yeah. And I'll be like, Austin, you and Bray are good.
Perfect.
So that everybody can hear it
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know how close we are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I can use that when people, and then I would probably, if I won, I would probably tell the guys, I'm like, honestly, there's so much lies. It's either Kyle and Ro or Ty and Jen. And I would kind of play that up. I'm like, I don't know who's lying, but these
Exactly.
pairs I don't trust. One of
Right?
you
And
guys
be
are
like, oh, I
going out.
didn't like,
my
the
God.
whole, like, pantry
I want
debacle with
wins.
Kiefer.
Yeah.
That kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
But then like, fuck, because I'm not afraid to do it, but one has got to go.
Oh, no.
Absolutely, girl.
And that's what we
One
said,
would
like,
have to go.
that's what we said, like, one has to go.
Yeah, because if you mess with it, then it's like, oh my
What I'm saying, then what was the point?
Oh.
You did all this for what?
Yeah, and the backlash would just be like,
Right?
We have the numbers for it. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
We're going to make it happen.
Have to.
hopefully it's something we can do.
That's what I hope. I really do hope. I have good feelings.
I have good feelings. Put out the good feels.
She has all the good luck,
I know,
so.
because if it's one of those like true or false, you can't cut deals.
No,
You would
exactly,
have- yeah.
right? Because you don't know,
No, you don't know. So everybody would have to like gun for it in that case.
right? That's the hard part too. That's what I was thinking too. It's like, how would you know
It's
who's
gonna
left?
be kind of funny. Like a little like evil part of me is gonna like really enjoy this moment.
Oh, same. I know as soon as she says by a vote of 6 to 3, like they're literally all gonna go, like, oh, like they're literally gonna look around, like, And we're all just looking there like this.
I'm just gonna have to look at the floor.
I know as soon as she says 6, they're literally gonna be like, what?
Oh, they're gonna be so pissed. It's gonna be great.
Oops.
And then, what was it yesterday? I saw Jed going into the HOH with 2 smoothies.
Of course.
And I was like, oh, he's going to like smooth things over with Vic.
No, it's
with
for
the
him and Ty.
smoothies. Yes. It wasn't even for him.
He
It wasn't even for-
never brings fun for anyone else, for him and Ty.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Because I
Always.
asked Vic, I'm like, everything's still on board? Like, I
Yeah.
saw Jed with his smoothie. She's like,
Oh,
he
because it
never-
wasn't for me.
She's like, he never brought me smoothie. I'm like, you've got to be shitting me now. You gotta be
She
shitting me.
talked to him today in Expedia when I went to go get them for the TikTok.
Yeah.
And he was just like, so, like, is everything still good?
Oh, so he did say something.
And she was just like, yeah, like, Kiefer's still my target for now, like. And then he said, what did he say? Oh, he was saying that he thought it was weird. He's like, oh, I talked to, what did he say? Well, he's like, I've just been hearing that everyone keeps saying that they want to do whatever you want. He's like, why won't they give me a name?
Because we're playing Big Brother.
And she's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
She's like, I told them that I want Kiefer, so he's like, okay, let's you say.
Yeah. Well, that's for sure what I told him. Like, I've just
That's
been like,
it.
I
That's literally
made
what
a
I
deal
said.
with Vic that I would put out her target.
I literally said, me and Austin are laying low this week, and we just told Vic we'll do what she wants.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think he's just like, just trying to see like if he can get her. She's like,
I know,
no.
we've got to win though, because I don't want like Vic to get all that backlash.
That's what we were saying too. Like, we feel bad because we're really like dying on the stake here for this. So.
Or not, because she's got the Beth card.
Cool.
Beth said it to you too.
Yeah.
Or it could be, oh, there's a last minute flip that you didn't know about. What? We thought it came from you.
Literally,
Beth
like, Beth, you
came to
literally-
us.
Right?
Beth told us at the beginning of the week, Resma move, get Latoya out. And then we also heard that you guys didn't want floaters, so we did move it. We made a big move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The line will be there. And the only thing is, even if they win, they can't take us all out.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. But still, it's like,
It sucks, but
like
At
maybe
least-
there'll be a secret power that week, and we
Yeah.
can choose a third nominee.
at least we have like, oh, that would be so
Can you imagine?
That'd be so good.
That would be the time. Hello, Big Brother.
And like, I don't care. Another bargaining thing that I would say, like if they got mad at me, I'd be like, man, do you think I really want Latoya in the jury?
That's what I'm saying.
Have you seen how hard she campaigns for other people? I'm sorry, but if I came,
She can flip the house twice.
if I came to the end with somebody like Jed or Jai, you don't think that Latoya would be going insane in that jury, proving to people why I shouldn't win?
Exactly.
If one of her closer people.
That's what I'm saying. She can flip the house
Yeah,
twice in a row.
That's a terrible person in
You
jury.
don't. You think I'd want
That's
that?
not a
in jury house?
level-headed.
100%.
Like, I mean, she makes good points, but like
Oh,
when
of
she's
course.
got a point, it's
She
like,
can
no,
sway anyone.
this is what we're doing.
Literally.
This is what we're doing. I don't want that in jury.
Me either.
Same.
No way.
And Beth literally said that before.
Yeah, Beth literally said if Latoya wins, or if Latoya goes to jury, it's Latoya's jury.
Yeah, it would be.
And that's her word.
Because she's very
verbatim.
convincing. She's very like educated. She's very eloquent with the way she speaks.
Exactly. She knows
She
it.
makes really good points. If they're in your favor.
Yeah.
If they're not,
Yeah, because Beth said it as soon as we sent her over for your guys' Steeler share. She was like, the way Latoya went in there?
yeah.
She's like, I would not want her in jury.
No, no.
And I was like, yeah.
And it's I feel like her, Jed, and Ty had something day one.
Oh,
100%.
that day that they were in that room for like 3 hours when
Yeah.
when she was like yelling at them about Josh.
Yeah, no, they solidified something early because I hang out with her all the time.
Mm.
She would speak game to me all the time. She would never solidify anything.
Of course,
She would
it's
always
too early
be,
for alliances.
but yeah, it's too
She
early
told
for
me the same thing.
alliances. She would give me like information, but nothing was like, like, oh, you're not even on my
Yeah.
radar. But she'd always say, right now.
Always, right now you guys are not my target.
Yeah, where I'm like, well,
When like, so in a day I am.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like when you're HOH I am. Okay.
yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be sick.
It'll be really good on TV, so.
This is Big Brother.
It sounds so bad too. Like, I just want to win something. I want to make one big move. Like, obviously, I want to get to the end. I'll try, but like,
That's what I was telling you too. I was like, we got to play hard.
We
Yeah,
gotta play
like-
hard.
yeah,
Why are
but-
we here for not
yes.
to play hard?
want to know what I keep saying to myself? You didn't come this far to come this far.
Exactly.
Keep going.
Literally, oh, that's so good.
Keep
Exactly.
pushing. Like, why not? Especially like, I don't care. Like, if an oddball
Right?
is at the end and I'm in jury, an oddball is winning for me.
I love
Same.
you.
You know,
Literally
like,
I love
same.
you.
if it's not me, like, it's gonna be an oddball.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
I
It's
love
never
us.
been done.
I love
From
us.
the beginning, it's always like an oddball at the end that
Right.
they just have to like struggle.
Literally, like,
they have to
scratch their
struggle the
way.
whole entire time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, could you
It's nice
imagine?
to see somebody else
You
struggle,
just
but now watch
pop
they're
them
gonna
all
win.
out at the beginning. Like all like the heavy hitters are out at the beginning.
I think it would be dope.
I
It
think
would
so
be
too.
one of the best seasons.
Yeah.
It literally would be one of those seasons. I feel like people like wait for that and then it never happens.
It never happens because people always get scared.
Right? Be like, I can't do it. I can't make a big move. Like, I don't want to target. And then
Yeah.
they go home next.
Yeah. Vic really set the tone. She's
She
making
really
a
did.
massive move.
100%.
I'm so proud of her.
Oh,
Me
same.
too.
I told her that
Because
too.
I don't know how I would feel if like I was in her position and they bombarded me. Like,
It's hard.
well, and it's scary if they're like, look, we'll keep you safe. You
Right.
can't trust this person. Like,
We want to be on our side of the house moving forward. Like, who's going to win comp? It's going to be us.
no,
Okay.
she set the tone. I'm like, no, can't let her down.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be great.
I think so too.
I agree.
Proud of all of us.
Very exciting. It's like things are finally starting, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna start getting good.
Right?
I just think it's crazy the people that they underestimate.
That's I don't understand.
They're still underestimating, like, for example, me and Vic. It's like
I'm saying the only people to win HOH.
they're
I was
underestimating.
like, I'm sorry, I think you guys are playing an amazing social game. Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
like, what?
that, like, you have like, there has been so much shit going on like crazy, and you guys are just like,
Hi.
whoa, whoa, hey,
I got excited that I saw you guys.
sorry,
Can I
Dora.
be in here?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
of course.
Of course.
I know that some people just like to chat.
Oh,
I
no,
do
no,
not know
Stop.
either.
No,
No, no.
I was wondering where the hell you guys have been. Literally all you guys.
just
Chilling.
chilling.
I love you guys. Did you know there was vegetarian food?
Yeah, she told me that's what she came in here.
It's really good. I had it too.
Tasty, tasty,
No, 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 no.
tasty.
No, we're just laughing about tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm laughing too. Latoya, I don't know if she's on or whatever, but she's just sitting like this. Or like maybe she's just being a hater because like, what's her name? Love Beth is like doing fun stuff with the guys. Like, in, like you know how they do
Oh.
the dancing and stuff?
Oh.
And she's just sitting there like this.
Stop.
Like just like, I'm just like, oh.
I straight up don't think she's got any idea.
No clue.
No, she doesn't.
They're just assuming, and that's their fault.
It's their fault. You're not playing the game. Don't talk to anyone.
Literally.
I know.
Even as HOH, like she should still be coming to pitch to me because as HOH people come to you to like make sure
Like,
that
what
it's
do you
okay
want?
with,
Yeah.
like were you voting or what were your reasons for putting them out? So like you know what I mean? So like you're supposed to like
Yeah.
not she doesn't talk to me once and
I was feeling Tera in about our Beth thing where she said, like, let's get Latoya out, just so we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
And then I
she,
also-
yeah, she already told me that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the reminder of, remember when Beth told you and Breydon that Ty and Jed know each other?
yeah.
That's another
To
one.
bring that up too.
That they told me, and I was like, shut up.
Yeah, literally, we looked at each other and we were like, oh, I didn't know that.
Do you know how pissed they would be if they knew that?
that we knew.
Like, we were literally like, what?
Like she said it so nonchalantly.
Yeah, she's like, isn't that crazy, you guys? That Ty and Jen knew each other for the end of the house?
I was like,
Oh, do you
We're-
think it's a, or do you think it's a lie?
Could be.
Either way, it's going to shoot her in the foot.
at this
'Cause
point,
two
I
people
wouldn't
sat
be
inside.
surprised.
Yeah.
After what you shared with me today, I'm like, anything's possible with what she could say.
There you go.
I never wanted to be the fucking ball. Like,
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you that too.
What?
She was like, oh, and Vic's like really jealous that you got to be the ball now. Like,
Like,
you
what
know,
the
she just
hell,
wants all of
Tara?
like, you know, all the camera time for herself. And like, no, this is really like,
Because like I keep winning. I've got enough camera time.
I know, like that's what I said. I was like, I did the thing. Like I'm good.
also like you weren't